Hello everybody, Sue Sagaris here, and I'm going to talk to you today about 4 ideas that fit into a model of developmental progression, if you like, that I use with myself and with all my clients, and I find that it works really well. Now, it has 4 areas, and I'm probably going to do a video on each one, but just to give you the general idea of it. Usually people are trying to overcome one of 4 challenges. The first challenge is, what is my passion and purpose? Finding out, clearly what am I meant to be doing? What's my life's mission? What's my purpose? And, let me access what I'm really passionate about. The second thing is doing things better. How can I be better at what I'm doing? How can I be more effective, more efficient? How can I make more progress? How can I develop my skills and expand into the world? How can I improve my relationships? Things like that. The third area is wanting to let go of things, wanting to stop holding on to ideas, concepts, aspects of identity that are no longer serving us, and wanting to let those things go, wanting to be able to actually let go, wanting to have permission to really be ourselves and discover what might be in there, discover what we've kept hidden, perhaps. And then the fourth area is actually living on purpose, feeling empowered, feeling free, feeling grounded, centered, and connected, and fully integrated as a human being. So those are the 4 particular areas of work that we tend to do. And what I find is that it's actually an evolving process, and we can go through this process more than once in our lives. So I'm just going to outline the process for you, and then in subsequent videos, we'll dive into each one in a little bit more detail. So first of all, it's about finding our passion. Like, what is my passion? What are my true values? What are the genuine motivations that I have that are worth pursuing to bring forward my purpose into the world? So discovering our passion, being able to choose how we spend our time and energy so that we can fulfill these passions, and finding out places where our deepest values and principles are not being honoured, and how to navigate and how to negotiate with those places. Which brings us to the second layer, the navigation and negotiation with the real world, the outside world that we encounter as we begin to follow our passions and try to choose what's most important to us. There's the outside world, and that is the world which I call the performative layer. So I'll just write that down, performative. So in the performative layer is really the development of the ego, you could say. It's how we learn to behave in order to have our needs and passions, in order to express ourselves, have our needs met, and actually get along in the world. Now, the performative layer is something that we can use to our advantage to progress ourselves. It's also something that can contain and entrap us into habits, roles, and agreements that are not necessarily serving what sits in here. So sometimes the performative layer can be a bit of a wrestling match. And it might crop up on a monthly basis that you have a challenge. It might come more often than that. It might not come for decades. You might be swimming along in the performative layer, absolutely nailing it at the top of your game. Everything's just fine. And then one day you have a crisis. So at the crisis point, or a series of crises or health issues, are what often bring the next category of clients, which are the people who are looking for permission. Now, I don't necessarily mean permission to climb the corporate ladder, because they've probably done that very well in the performative layer. The sort of permission I'm talking about is the permission to be, permission to sometimes let go of a role that is no longer serving us, permission to say what we really think and what we really feel, to make our true feelings and desires known, permission to even know what we want, permission to be vulnerable. In that permission layer, there is potential to release a lot of baggage. There's also potential to open up a huge amount of power and energy that is just waiting there to be fully expressed. And so the negotiation at this point is between what we have invested in the performative layer and the returns that we're making on that investment, be they material or otherwise, and what are we afraid of losing? What are we hopeful of gaining if we allow ourselves to be more fully who who we are. So we move through this permission layer. We have to perform certain experiments, and sometimes there are wins, sometimes there are losses, and there are always learnings. But ultimately, what comes out of that layer of permission is a new way of being in the world, which is what we call aligned purpose. So actually living on purpose. When we get to the layer of purpose, we're enabling our passion to be satisfied, to be expressed. We've already learnt and integrated how to perform in the world, but we're no longer giving it all away, giving ourselves entirely away in exchange for some lower level reward. We're actually negotiating on behalf of our true selves, our higher selves, and what we're really called to be giving and contributing to the world. As we move through the layer of permission, some of our experiments work and some don't, and we find new boundaries. We find new ways of holding ourselves. We've opened up to new experiences. We may have made new connections. We're actually showing more of ourselves as the authentic engagement and expression with the world, which creates a living on purpose because we are then fully seen. We then are able to be spotted and recognised and associated with the people, places, opportunities and things that are actually going to enable us to fully express our purpose and to be actually fully aligned with what we're really passionate about in the first place. So that's the whole model in a nutshell. It's a bit to take on board. I hope it's interesting for you. I'd love to hear your comments down below. And I'll be offering some videos subsequently diving into each of those 4 layers. It's also part of the chapter in my upcoming book, The Art of Self-Care. It's a co-authored publication. My chapter is about social self-care and how I've applied this model in a social self-care setting. Anyway, I hope to see you again soon, and please put your comments in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. Bye for now.